People come from all walks of life. They all have lives they lead. Any and all are welcome here to come and chat with me.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. Well, you see, I'm not by myself. Normally I am. This is Laurie James. She's a production assistant. And just to do something different, I thought I'd invite her to co-host. No other reason other than that. So we're going to get right into inviting our guest on. I met her quite a while ago, and I guess, Laurie, you know her.
Yes, I knew her from the days when we were with the Players Guild. I think that's where I first met her, and she did some little plays there a few years back.
Okay, well, let's get her on camera. Please welcome, I was going to call you Dorothy. Please welcome Emily Hamel.
Dorothy, that's a good name to be called.
So thanks for this. I read your bio, lots of fun things on your bio. So let's go back to the beginning when you were 12 years old. And
Yeah. So when I was 12, that was when I first started like a theater nerd, I suppose you'd call me, professional theater nerd. And my mom, she encouraged me to sing in our choir at St. Mary's, and I did that. And then she signed me up for singing lessons. And then they had this summer musical theater program that they would do, and I joined in on that. So the first show I did was scenes from Oliver and other musicals, and that was my introduction to theater. So yeah.
Okay, so how did you progress from there? Because when I met you, you were with the guild, the Players Guild, but you had started Bootstraps.
Yes, yeah, we did Bootstrap theater for a while. Oh goodness, I was like tried to count the amount of shows I've done, and it was like pushing past 30, and I stopped. But I did a bunch of different shows with the Academy, and then I think my first Players Guild show was it was an HMS Pinafore, I think is what it was, and I did that one. That was my first guild show, I think. I could be wrong. And then I went away to college at Rosebud School of the Arts in Alberta, and then when I came back, I just kind of wanted to do like weird stuff, I guess. So me and a couple other people who were in the guild were like, let's get together and do weird stuff. So we just did a couple shows at Bootstrap Theater, and that's kind of morphed into a different theater company that we've been doing over the last couple of years, sort of independent of the Players Guild. But yeah, that's kind of how we started that. We don't do smaller, weird, low budget stuff.
Right, okay. Now I know you're also a sewer, correct?
I'm trying. So if anybody recognizes the name Hamel with Hamel's Fabrics, that's my Hamel's.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, so my grandfather started Hamel's Fabrics. My aunt now runs, I think she's retiring soon, actually. I heard she runs Hamel's Fabrics now, and they do mostly like quilting and stuff like that now. But I remember when I was a kid, I would always love going to the fabric store. They're just like these bolts of fabric everywhere and all the different like textures and colors and stuff. And I did like a rudimentary class on how to make like a pencil skirt, I think, when I was in high school. And then my mom basically taught me how to not injure myself on a sewing machine. Didn't really do much sewing after that. But when I came back, I think my friend Pauline, who I do a lot of theater with and I run a company with and all that fun stuff, she got me into like the historical sewing. We wanted to make our own outfits for a couple of parties we were having and stuff. So I started getting into that, and then I realized I really liked it. And I wanted to learn more about how to do it better. So a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of like calling Pauline and being like, hi, you have an actual diploma in this. What do I do? That kind of thing. So yeah, I've been sort of mostly self-taught, and just started off with like historical stuff. And then I moved into doing costumes for theater. So yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun. I would think that would be fun,
yes, right?
It's a lot of fun. It's very stressful too, but it's totally worth it. I do costumes for Chillak School of Performing Arts. So they have a big cast. It's always my first show that I did full on costumes for was Beauty and the Beast. Right. And I think I had over like 80 costumes to make for that.
Wow.
I didn't make all of them. I like sourced some of the moms and stuff. But yeah, that was my first time. She was like, yeah, I know you'll do a good job. And I was like, okay. And then halfway through, I was like, this is insane. But it turned out really well, I thought, especially for my first show and for it being so big. And they asked me back the next year, and I've done 3 shows with them now. And then, yeah.
So what's happening because of the COVID-19? Like a lot of people can't do what they would normally do. you know, obviously the theater's not open, right?
Yeah, I was actually going to be in Mamma Mia with secondary characters. It's going to be Tanya, which I was very excited about. But we're hopefully, fingers crossed, able to do that next summer. But yeah, like that show got put on hold pretty quickly into it. We got the message that we're going to just do it next year, which I think was the wise thing to do. And I've been doing a lot of work with my princess company. So we do virtual like princess parties or virtual one-on-one calls with kids, which has been really fun, and like cards and stuff like that. So that's mostly like, I guess that's how I've been getting my performing, you know, feelings out.
Sorry. How did that
go ahead.
The Princess Company, how did that come about?
That was kind of an accident. I was working at the Bookman at the time, and Amber Price, who owns the Bookman, I can't remember who it was, but somebody she knew thought it would be really cool to do a contest for Princess Pancake Breakfast. And she knew that I was into theater, so she's like, can you organize performers for it? And I did. We did a Princess Pancake Breakfast, and on my way out and like cleaning up, like I set up all the decorations and everything. And a mom came up to me and was like, how can we hire you for a birthday party? I didn't even know that was a thing at the time. I was just like, what? So I wrote my phone number down on like a napkin with a crayon or something. And I was like, here you go. And we just sort of went from there. And we've got like over 20 different characters we offer now, which is pretty amazing. Yeah. And
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I had hired Snow White for my sister's birthday party a few years ago. I told her a stripper is coming. And
that was you.
I kept them all in stitches until she showed up. And, oh, no, it's just Snow White.
Yeah. That's funny. Your friend's party. Oh!
Now, I know you're into medieval sewing, correct?
A little bit. That's where I start with historical. So I'm sitting right next to a bunch of my stuff right now. Actually, I'm in my closet right now.
Come out of your closet.
Yeah, like way over there. So I started off with a medieval gown. Is she here? I don't even know. I've got a different version of that one that I did.
Unfortunately, we can't say. Oh, there it is. Okay, good part of it.
Yeah, so I started off with her, and actually my sewing machine broke halfway through, and I had to hand stitch a bunch of it. But that's a whole other story. It got it fixed. And then the next historical one I made after that, I think I made a Regency gown. But that was me taking like a 1910s pattern and being like, I don't have money to buy a pattern right now. I think I'll just modify this. So that was a bit of a gong show, but it worked out in the end. And then after we did our Regency party, I decided I wanted to make like a 1700s, like a Rococo kind of thing. 1700s? Oh gosh, I hope so. Yeah, that's right. And I made that one. I made that one off of a historical pattern I bought online. And that was sort of the beginning of my like learning what to actually do, because the instructions were kind of like, sew it together. Like the instructions weren't super like, now take this. Instructions for patterns, modern patterns are very detailed and they help you out a lot. But a lot of the historical ones, you would just get like a book, you'd open it up and it'd be like, size it up and sew it. And you're like, okay. Because it was stuff that was passed on from like grandmas to moms to daughters, right? So there wasn't a lot of stuff written down until a little later. And there's a lot of really great books that I want to get one day on like historical techniques and stuff. But yeah, that was my first true historical one I did. And I made myself my own stays, which is fancy historical talk for corset. And did like a photo shoot with Sarah Sovereign. And now I'm moving on doing a 50s outfit right now.
Doing what?
A 1950s outfit right now. So
okay.
50s outfit. And then I've got on the dock is like an 1890s walking dress for, I don't know, just to keep myself going crazy.
You have a YouTube page, correct?
I just started actually posting on it. It's called Sewing with Ms. Emily, because I guess I'm married. I did a Maleficent cosplay a while ago, based off of a dress that she wears for like, I don't know, half a minute at the end of the first movie. Because I was like, I think I have fabric for that. Cut to me like zooming in on this like one frame, being like, what? How did that? So I kind of took a medieval pattern, and then halfway through I realized the silhouette wasn't actually medieval, and I had to modify it and all this fun stuff. But I made that up, and I filmed the process of it and posted it on YouTube as kind of a way to make sure that I actually finish it. Because I have I don't know, not finishitis sometimes. So I was like, you know what? If I film it, I'll finish it.
I was just thinking about a lot of creative people that I know, their brains are always going, always thinking of the next project, right? You got to finish this one so you can move on to, is that who you are?
With my sewing anyways, since I'm still learning, right, there's parts of it that like frighten me. For the longest time I was scared of putting a sleeve in, and now I'm okay with that. So I would always get to that part of the project and then I'd be like, oh, let's put this down for a bit, and then I'd like move on to something else, and then I'd come back and finish it. So I usually get to a point in a project where it gets frustrating and I like have to put it down and walk away.
Yeah.
So my plan right now for that kind of thing is I try to have at least 2 going at one time, so that I can like take a break from it and then just go to the one and work on something I'm comfortable with while my brain is going like, okay, how am I going to do this? Especially if I'm modifying patterns to like do my own thing, because there's no instructions on how to do a lot of the things that I do when I modify. So I have to kind of like be like, what would be the best way? And usually I call Pauline. I'm going to probably say her name so many times in this interview, but I usually call her. I'm like, what do I do? So yeah, I usually try and have more than one going at one time, so that if I get frustrated, I can jump to another one. Right.
So
yeah, I'm trying to get better at things.
If people want to contact you for the princess parties or costume, whatever, how would they do that?
So our website for the Princess Party Company is everaftercharacter.co. It's called Ever After Character Company. So they can just go there and sort of root around on the website and see, oh, what are they all about, and contact me through there. For the costumes, just Sewing with Ms. Emily on YouTube is where I'm posting stuff. I may have a pants video coming out soon.
Yeah.
The 1950s thing. And then, yeah, I guess you can contact me usually through the YouTube. There's like a way to email somebody. I'm hoping to maybe be able to make stuff for people, like custom orders, in 2021. So part of my mad plan right now of just like sewing all the things in my more spare time than I used to have due to things is to kind of just get better at the stuff that I need to be, getting better at, so that I can get to a point where I can make stuff for people if they want. So yeah. Very
good. Anything else you have in the plans for the future?
Oh my goodness.
As if you would have time.
Yeah. Well, we bought a house and we're renovating it. So that's been really fun. It's from the 1920s.
Married Emily. How long was that?
8 years. As a
really? Wow, I'm really behind.
Yeah. Yeah. So we actually got married in the theater, which was really fun.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, that's my church now, is the theater.
Yes.
No, there. Yeah, so Matt is my husband. He's a welder, and he got his shop now. So he's got his shop out back, and I've got it's a closet, but it's really just the second bedroom I've turned into the princess closet. And we are painting and we are tiling, and we got all the electrical redone, which was a big job. It's done though. So yeah, we're just kind of like, I'm sort of starting my puttering around in my garden part of my life as well too, and just kind of like, yeah, just getting this house sort of a little bit more updated, and it's pretty livable right now, and I'm excited to see all the fun stuff we're going to do with it together. So yeah.
Awesome. Sounds really good. Sounds really good. Well, unless you have any questions, I think we're kind of out of time.
I think that
okay.
covered so much. My goodness.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Yes.
It's great.
Well,
okay. Well,
really
thanks
nice
very much for agreeing to do the interview. That's awesome.
Good to have you.
Yeah. And I'm not sure when this will air, probably in October.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, well, but I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay.
So you can actually see the interview. And again, thanks a lot.
Good to see you.
No, you look good. It came off really good. A lot of good information. Yeah. It's all cool. It's all cool.
Great.
Okay. Thanks, Emily.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Talk
Guys.
Bye.
Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the interview with Emily Hamel. She had a lot of wonderful things to share with us today. And thanks for co-hosting.
You're welcome.
We'll see you again. In the meantime, peace out.
Who are you? I wanna know you. You've got a story to tell. So come on in, sit down.